Some people's gaming channels, the graph would look kind of like this. Some people's gaming channels, the graph would look kind of like this. And then there are other people, a small percentage of successful creators who go like this. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. This right here. We're going to be talking about how to get your channel to go like this and the ways that different channels go like this. Now, I'm not promising that after this video, you're magically going to have your channel go like this. It's going to explode. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. Let's be realistic here. But we're going to be talking about how channels do end up with a graph that looks like this, so stay tuned. G'day, my name's Marcus. I'm a YouTube and gaming enthusiast. I'm also YouTube certified, which is kind of cool, but that doesn't matter. This is not to brag. I'm telling you so that you know you can trust the advice that I'm sharing with you, and you can actually take it into consideration, unlike, unfortunately, a lot of other people on the internet. So, what we're going to be talking about today is a little thing I like to call feedback. Now, feedback is basically a business strategy, and I originally heard about this from a guy called Sam Ovens, so I'm not pretending to have come up with this strategy myself, but I've never heard anybody talk about this in a YouTube-related way, and I basically took his model and adapted it and basically changed it a bit so that it works for YouTube channels. And now you probably haven't heard of feedback, or if you have, you probably think I'm talking about like comments or like people giving you feedback on videos, and that's completely not what I'm talking about. So I'm going to draw it out for you on the whiteboard just to make a little bit more sense. So this is what we're going to call our feedback. So we've got 3 factors like so. So the first factor is what we're going to call our input. We have what we call our output. And then we have in the middle, we'll just call it our process. So, and the way this works is it's pretty much the same as any system. So any system has an input. You have to put something in, whatever it is, money, customers, whatever it is. Then you have a process that does something to that input, that traffic or whatever it is that's come into your process, and then you have an output, which is the final result. So generally on YouTube, our input is going to be our viewers. Gosh, it is hard to draw with a mouse, but the input is our viewers. So we get viewers, then the viewers go through a process, which is basically a video, or our channel trailer or whatever it is. And basically the outcome, or what we hope the outcome is we want these viewers back here, we want them to subscribe, and the outcome or the output is a subscription. And that's basically how all of this works. And it sounds really, really simple, and you might be wondering how this is going to help you, and I'm going to explain that. A lot of people, they see results, and basically I'm just going to draw out a graph similar to that graph you saw earlier. So this is going to be our graph, and this is, let's say this is time. Oh no, this is results, sorry. These are results, and down here we have time. So most people on YouTube will have a channel that either looks like this. So over time, or probably this is actually down here, down in this corner because there's no results yet, but you get the idea. So it's pretty much over time, they're working on their channel, but they're seeing no results. They're seeing no results. It's not going up. Some channels even look like this, which is the more they work on their channel, they actually end up losing their subscribers. And then most channels are pretty much like this. So over time, they do get results, but they get, kind of slowly. And the more they work, the more results they get. And the more time is spent on their channel, the more results they get. And eventually they might end up, with a couple of thousand subscribers or whatever. What we're going to be looking for, though, are what we talked about originally. Oh, I accidentally did this wrong. Give me a sec. I will fix this up. So we are going to be looking at our graph again, and we're looking for the hockey stick. So we're looking for it to start, and then we want it to compound and end up having this kind of snowball effect where we just keep on multiplying. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand how you go from here to here. And there are two ways on YouTube that this happens. The first way is feedback, and the first way is not feedback, sorry. The first way is by catching trends and being in the right niche, and the algorithm then takes you and just explodes your channel. Now, I'm sure you've probably heard of the algorithm. If you haven't heard of the algorithm, you really need to learn about it. I think I have some videos on it or whatever, so I'll link them at the end. And I've also got videos on trends, and I've also got videos on how to catch, how to be in the right niche as well. So yeah, those will help you out. But that part of it, we pretty much have already covered. The other part that we haven't covered though is feedback. And this is where we're going to come back to our box here. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. So as a reminder, we have our input, we have our process, and we have our output. And this is how most people work. So let's say, for example, our input is generally 100 views, right? So in an average day, we're just using days as an example, we get 100 views. We put them through our process or whatever. So we get 100 views on, I don't know, across like 3 new videos. Let's say we make 3 videos a day. And then we have our output. So out of these 100 views, we get 10 subscribers. And this is where knowing your numbers is important. So most people go, great, okay, I can either try and improve the process. So maybe make 4 videos a day and, you know, really rush it out, or I can just kind of grind. So 2 days I'll have 20 subscribers, 3 days I'll have 30 subscribers, 4 days I'll have 40 subscribers. And that's where we kind of get that slow kind of graph that we were talking about earlier that kind of looks like that. So it's a slow increase, but it's probably not what we want, and it gets a bit frustrating after a while. So what we need to do is, this is how feedback comes in. So obviously the algorithm, like I said earlier, the algorithm does have a hand in this as well, but the second factor is feedback. And the way that works is that we take our output here and we bring it back here and we feed it back into our input. And now you might be thinking, well, how do we do this? What do I mean by this? So let's say that instead of forgetting about our output and going, okay, we got 10 subscribers, great, let's try and get another 10 subscribers tomorrow, we focus on looping our input or feeding it back into our input. So the way we might do that on YouTube, like I said, this is a bit abstract. I don't have a specific strategy that works for every single channel, but an example would be telling these 10 people to refer a friend. Now let's say each of these 10 people on average refer like 1 person. So on day 2, instead of having 100 people, we now have 110 people who are coming into our input. And so instead of getting 10 subscribers through our process, we now get 11 subscribers. Now the next day, we have 111 people, and this goes up slightly, and the averages keep increasing. And you can see that over time, as these numbers increase, you're going to start drastically multiplying. Now think about like a speaker. So let's say we have this, say we have a speaker up here. So I'm going to draw one up quick, and we have a very big speaker, very fancy speaker. Got some buttons over here. And whatever. This is a massive speaker. And let's say this is you standing here and you're giving an awesome presentation on donkey's ears and how much they've progressed in 2019. So I'll give you I'll give you a mouth just to be nice to you, because it'd be kind of awkward if you were giving a speech and you didn't have a mouth. So this is another example of how feedback works, and it might help you visualize it a bit better. So you speak into the microphone. You're the input, right? You speak into the microphone, then the microphone goes to the speaker. Now the speaker then projects this back out. Speaker is the output, projects it out, and then this ends up going to the microphone. And then the microphone then sends this noise from the speaker, the noise that has been amplified, and it goes back to the speaker. And then the speaker amplifies that noise even more and sends it back to the microphone. And then a microphone sends that straight back to the speaker. Then it's amplified again, and been sent to the microphone. It's amplified again. It just keeps going and going and going. And the irony is, it's actually called audio feedback. So that's how feedback on YouTube works. And this is where you need to get creative. Unfortunately, I don't have a specific strategy that kind of works for pretty much every channel on this one. So you need to be creative. And if you want to grow your channel and you want to become that hockey stick, you need to figure out how to capitalize on the algorithm, which I've already talked about, like I said, and you need to figure out feedback. And these are the two ways you can exponentially grow. So I hope this video helped you out. A little bit more abstract, a little bit more out there, but as you can see, it makes sense. And that's the most important thing. If this makes sense, if you think about this and you go, hey, yeah, that could work, then that's pretty much all it needs. A lot of this stuff is common sense. But unfortunately, common sense isn't always common. There's a lot of people out there who don't really know what they're talking about and tell you to do all these useless things that, I mean, they might help a little bit, but they're not really going to get you any results. And that's what we're after. We're after concrete results. I mean, I really hope you found this video helpful. And if you do, I mean, help me feedback. And this is my feedback loop here. I mean, I'm telling you all the strategies I want you to refer a friend, because honestly, I believe that this will help them as well. Because when I was first getting started, I know all this stuff really confused me. There was so much information. I had no idea what to focus on. And I really think these videos will help you kind of nail down what to focus on as a gaming channel. If you're new here, like I said, we post every Saturday. The videos I mentioned as well are up on screen now, so feel free to click them and watch them if you don't know about niches, about the algorithm, and about trends. My name's Marcus, and I will catch you later.